5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are live, Jay. We are live, man. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's just a joke. Welcome to the
Great
webinar,
one, by the way.
webinar about SAP Enterprise Messaging, hosted by Info. Me, Ricardo Viana, and Jay Valik will present this software for you today. This is the second session. Before we start, let's go for this quote that is quite interesting for me, that all knowledge is connected to all other knowledge. The fun is making this connection. This is what we are going to do with you today about this product, SAP Enterprise Messaging.
Yeah, having lots of fun.
Exactly. Let's go to the agenda, what we are going to cover in this webinar. The goals with this webinar: what is SAP Enterprise Messaging, how to implement event enabling from S/4HANA, how SAP PM integrate with other SAP Cloud platforms, and we are going to present two demos. In this session, we are going to present the demo with Node.js, because in the first session, we present with a CPI. And in the end, after we collect the number of the participants, we are going to make the prize draw that we are going to announce on LinkedIn who is the winner of one sample of the book. Andrzej?
Okay, I'm beginning now. So, hello guys again. My name is Andrzej, and I'm an SAP integration consultant and developer at INT4. My field of expertise is ABAP and SAP Cloud Platform integration, and I've been in SAP since 2017 and with INT4 for more than 2 years.
That's great.
Now it's your turn.
Thank you. Well, basically, my name is Ricardo Viana. I'm a senior SAP integration design and developer. I work with SAP integration products since 2010. So I have a large experience with PI, PO, and now also with CPI. Okay, guys. So let's go to the goals of the webinar, as I mentioned. First, we're going to give you the overview of the product, a high-level explanation, what is SAP Enterprise Messaging, how to implement this, some basic configurations that you need to set up this product on your backend system to send the data, send the event to the for SAP PM, how to integrate the possibilities to connections with SAP PM, and the demo that we are going to present now for Node.js. So I would like to take the curiosity for our participants about one survey. Do you have any experience with SAP Enterprise Messaging?
Yeah, I would like you to answer this short question, so we have an idea how many of you have an idea what that is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
8 people left, but I think it's enough. Okay, so share results. Okay, so these are our results. So most of you have no experience with enterprise messaging. I think at this session we have more people who have ever seen this or used that. So in the previous one, there are more people who have never seen that. Okay.
That's great. Thank you for your answer. So let's explore something that is interesting. What is the traditional integration with SAP products, and what is event? So in the classic data transfer from SAP perspective, we use XML format plus SOAP to proxy or RFC to BAPI or IDOC. But when we're talking about events, we need to think in the event-driven architecture. We need to think in some very light, very simple, and very easy. And in this case, from SAP is only one format, that is a JSON format, and very small. Let's see, for example, the difference, for example, of the IDOC Matmas. Imagine that you need to change your material, or you create a new material in your system, and you want to send the IDOC to the other system. You will see that the Matmas is contain a lot of information segment or possible custom segments. In general, the size of this IDOC is 8 kbytes. Yes, it's quite heavy, let's say, in comparison with event. And if you see in your right side, we have the event when I change something in the material. Yes, so I have just a payload with a JSON format, with a business event, is a code, timestamp, and keys or key that has been changed. In this case, the number of the material as an example. So there is a huge difference on this integration or the way to think about it.
Yeah, what's important, sorry, I'll add something. What's important to mention is that the maximum payload, which SAP PM allows us up to 1 megabyte. So it's recommended to use very small payloads. Right? Well, it was designed for events, right?
Exactly. So if you're thinking to use the SAP PM to heavily transactions for more than 1 megabyte, it's not the best option. This is not the intention of the product. So basically, as you can see here, another interesting thing, the IDOC sample integration. We have S4HANA, we are going to send the IDOC for the receiver system. We have a PO or PIO and on-premise, or we have a CPI on cloud. We make some transformation in the data to send to the third party. When we think in events or publish subscribe architecture that the SAP PM is covering is different because we never know the receiver in this case. We just know the publisher, but the subscribe don't know each other in the end.
Okay, so I guess this is the very important moment when we are going actually to understand more or less what enterprise messaging is. So what you saw on the previous slide was an example of point-to-point integration, right? We have a sender, we have a receiver, we have a middleware, and we have like this process between them. Well, enterprise messaging works a little bit different. But first of all, what is it? Well, it's a cloud-based service on SAP Cloud Foundry. It's not available on Neo. It is available in 2 plans, default and light/dev. Light and dev is not supported anymore, so you'll be using the default plan. And again, it's available only on Cloud Foundry. It behaves like a standard service from SAP. Yeah. You enable it and have keys, etc., etc. Well, what it is, it functions as a central message broker or mesh, and it enables event-driven applications using the event-enabling standard function from SAP products. What does it mean? Well, as you can see on this picture, well, in the middle we will have this our system, our enterprise messaging event or message-driven bus, and we have many source systems and consumer systems connected to it. So, and they will be communicating with each other, but not being aware of each other via this our central hub, which distributes our messages. So, for example, we have this event source, which is a system where some change occurs. For example, product is changed. We want to notify all the systems in our landscape that are interested in this information. So this source system emits the event to our system, to our enterprise messaging. Then it's being categorized. This is the way how we know where to send our messages. So it is being categorized, and then our consumer systems can subscribe to a certain topic or queue. We'll explain it later, and get the information, right? What's more to mention again? We can have multiple subscribers, right? For one event. Okay, what is the publish subscribe model? A little bit to explain it now. So we have a publisher, event producer. So something changed on our system. We produce an event. So it does not send a message directly to a receiver. We don't do that. We send it to our enterprise messaging hub system. So instead, the message is categorized. So enterprise messaging takes this and distributes it later, based on some categories. And subscribers receive only messages of interest to them from a certain category. Topic, we'll discuss it later as well. And of course, subscribers are not aware of publishers. Yes, as I said previously, SAP Enterprise Messaging uses a topic-based categorization system. So we will be emitting our events to certain topics. Topics are defined by our publishers before emitting into the system. And these topics represent a very specific event on the system, right?
And in this case,
and the subscriber receiving system will receive message only from the topic or queue that they are subscribed to. Okay. And what you can see at the bottom is PO product changed. This is a standard topic. Can you see me? Okay.
Hello. Yep.
Okay, I got switched up. So what you can see at the bottom, this is the standard topic from S4 on-premise, PO product change, and this one represents the change of the product on our S4 system, right? So whenever we do something on a product, the event will be emitted to this topic. Okay, can you go further?
Just one point here, Jay. So as I mentioned earlier, imagine that you want to change just the description of your material in the publisher, in this case, your S4HANA, and we are going to send a whole IDOC just because of the description. In this case, if you use this topic, PO product changed, wherever you change your material that is already in your system, you're going to send the event. So it's more like this perspective is another way to think about the integration.
Yeah. Okay, so what are the pros and cons of this approach? Well, first of all, we have a real-time data replication, right? So it's an instant change, something changes, we emit an event, and our enterprise messaging distributes the message to our subscribed systems. And scalability, so as I mentioned, we have the central system, and it's very easy to add new receivers, new subscribers to a topic that already exists, or create new topics, right? And loose coupling, as we mentioned, it's an asynchronous messaging. Subscribers are not aware of publishers and vice versa. So whenever, for example, your subscriber is down, your subscriber system is down, it doesn't affect the whole process, the whole landscape, right? The events are still being published, but distributed to the systems that are up, distributed to the systems that are not up. What about the cons? Well, the cons are strictly related to pros. First of all, the fact that we have this one central hub, which has to deal with all the traffic in our landscape here, it's pretty easy to imagine that we can overload it. This is, of course, theory, but it's possible. And well, the pros of synchronous and messaging and loose coupling is as a cons at the same time, because very often you want to know, we want to have a synchronous communication. We know whether a system received the message or not, whether the system is up or down. So basically it's up to you what you want to use. It's a little bit different approach, so you need to think it through and see by yourself whether it suits you.
Great. Thank you, Andrzej. So guys, basically, let's go for a Kiwi perspective. As you can see in this integration diagram, we have two publishers. One is SAP, another external system. So you can publish directly messages to the Kiwi, but just put in your mind, cannot be more than 1 megabyte. So this is the restriction of the product itself. So in this scenario, let's say that non-SAP application is sending via RESTful API the message in any content type, can be text, XML, JSON, whatever, to the SAP Enterprise message. SAP Enterprise message will store in the queue. Then the subscriber will pull this value. Two characteristics of the SAP Enterprise messaging. We have two processes. We have a push process using the webhook, and we have a pull process when the subscriber comes and read the value from the data. This is the perspective of queuing mechanism. Let's go for the topic mechanism.
Okay. So topics again. Topics work in combination with queues. Just to be clear, it's very confusing at the beginning for everyone. So I'll try to explain it as clear as possible. So as Ricardo mentioned, queue is a place where our event or message is being stored, from our publisher. And then when it's stored, it can be consumed or distributed later to our subscriber. In most cases, queue represents the subscriber, so we have a one-to-one relation. And where does the topic fit here in this picture? Well, topic represents a business event on our publisher system. It's a change of state of an object, represented by a topic. And what's very important, topics are just pipes or the logical category. What they do, they collect an event and distribute it to the queues, which store the event and distribute it further. So what's important to understand is that, of course, you can have multiple subscribers to one event. It's logical. So you can have one topic assigned to many queues, which represent our subscribers, right? And this is the most common case.
Yes, and as you can see in this diagram that we are showing, we have a topic number 1 and topic number 4. Imagine that you are changing your material. You are going to send to the topic 1 that will store in the QE4, and the topic 4 is related with sales order, for example, or business partner. So when the SAP PM receives something with a business partner on the topic 4, we are going straight forward to the QE2, and the system must be responsible to read this data anytime they want. Basically, as Andrzej mentioned, topic is a kind of router for each QE will store. Topic does not store any data, just routing for queues. Okay, Andrzej, what do you think now we make a simple POC via Postman?
Great idea.
Let's make
with you. Okay, I'll share my screen. And what I'll do now. Oh yeah, stop sharing. I'll take over.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to show you now is, first of all, our fabulous enterprise messaging cockpit. So we are in our message client materials enterprise messaging in the namespace ebook OEM. You're looking at our queues, so I have queues defined. And let's take a look at this queue, ebook demo EM product change in S42. I will look at queue subscriptions, which is basically our topic. So we assigned this topic to this queue, right? And this is the S4 topic for product change, DO product change, right?
Yes, is the composition of the subscribe topic name is the namespace of your client on SAP PM,
yes,
plus the topic from S4HANA, in this case, BO product change.
Yes, you always need to remember about namespaces. Okay, so what I want to show you now is this relation between topics and queues. So I'm going to create a new queue, product change, webinar. Fun. We have lots of fun. Okay. So we have notice we have two different queues. And what I'm going to do, I will assign the exact same topic to two different queues, right? So we have a business event, product change, two queues.
So one topic, two queues.
Exactly. Okay. So what I'm looking at now is a postman, and I will use REST API to simulate an event. So I'll just post a message directly to the topic. Yeah, ebook, demo, EM, PO, product change, the same one.
Second session, please, Anjay. That's the banana. Second session. Let's have fun.
Second session, even more fun. Okay. Of course, I have already authenticated with my token, so I don't do that. Yeah, we have 204, which is fine. To refresh. Yeah, look what happened. You have only one topic, but we have an event stored in two different queues, right?
Yeah, but so, Anjay, like I see that the dashboard of SAP is very simple. How to create a rules, how to create a queue, webhooks, events. But if I want to see the value inside the queue, how I need to do this? Can you teach me?
That's a great narrative, really. I appreciate that. Okay. But back to the queues, yeah. So basically what we did is we distribute one event to different subscribers, right? Okay, when you look at this, we have this tab test, and here we can, well, we could use Postman, but we can, do some testing directly in the cockpit. So I'll just, take our new queue and consume a message, and I can see, yep, we actually received what you sent, which is fine.
Yeah, and as you can see, in this case, Anjay wrote just a simple text, but this could be XML, this could be a JSON, this could be PDF, whatever.
Yeah. In most cases, it would be JSON event, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just an example.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Okie dokie.
And sharing.
Okay, let me take this again. All right. And how to implement the SAP event enabling from S/4HANA, Jay? Can you present to people how to do this?
Yeah, sure, but maybe we'll do it together with the demo.
Why not? You want to skip to the demo, right?
Yeah, I will do it.
Okay.
The demo, but let's stay on this slide for a second.
Okay.
I will explain it to you on our S4 on-premise system. But as you can see, this is a very simple flow. Yeah, we will change the product on ML2. This is assigned to a very certain topic, BO product change, right? The channel represents, binds those two things, yeah, the topic and our destination, and then we'll be able to send an event. I will show you the demo, but this is the simple theory. Yeah. But for now, let's go on.
All right. So basically, how a SAP PM integrates with other SAP cloud platforms or external system. Only there is three possibilities of protocols: two WebSockets, IMQP and MEQTT, and RESTful APIs using pull mode or push via webhook. In this case, from S/4HANA, is only available to connect via events using MEQTT. Yeah, so the RESTful APIs, even replying one message from Arthur, yes, it's possible via RESTful APIs. You manage the SAP PM, creating, deleting, editing queues and topics, and also messaging to the queues directly via API. So basically, as I mentioned, this is the diagram from our first session. That basically the demo was, we changed the description of a material in S/4HANA. the event is triggered automatically asynchronously to SAP PM via topic, BO product changed. Then this is stored in the queue, and the webhook mechanism is a push. He's listen the queues and straightforward to the endpoint. In this case, the endpoint was CPI, and CPI was responsible for what? What has been changed in this product? In this case, was just the description. So CPI is responsible to call the all data service on S4HANA and read the description that has been changed. Exactly, just let me come back in the beginning of the session when I mentioned to you that the standard events from SAP is just send the product and field data. So if you just send the product number, the other system is not aware what has been changed or what the status of this, if it was creation, if it was deletion, it was changed or update. So because of this is necessary another extra call to understand. This was presented in the first session. You can see in the video that Int4 will release, but another demo is related with a pull mechanism. In this case, the same similar scenario. We are going to change the description of material master in S4HANA. We are going to send to SAP Enterprise message under a topic. Topic refer to a queue, and the Node.js application on cloud application programming platform will be able to read this from the queue using MQTT protocol WebSocket. So, yeah, MQTT.
No, this is MQTT.
Yeah. So, can you present this to us, Jay? I think it's quite interesting.
Yes, sure.
And make the full picture. Show the S4HANA also.
Yes. If we have time, we can show CPI. But first, note. Okay, I can see the question from Elias. So this means usually the clients get just the key in the JSON, and you offer an additional API where the clients can afterwards fetch the actual data. Yes, basically yes. What the clients receive is only the key, and it's up to the receiver to decide what to do with this next. Yeah, it's a little bit different model. But okay, let's move on.
Okay, share your screen. I close.
Okay.
All those questions we are going to reply during the Q&A session. Okay, guys, don't worry.
Yep. Okay. So first, what I'm going to show you is a configuration for event enablement in S4HANA on-prem. We have a version 1809. It was the first iteration of this product. So yeah, we are in Scroll. We'll go to SAP NetWeaver, and here we can see Enterprise Event Enablement. It's a built-in feature. Let's unfold this. Okay, so what you will have here, basically 4 steps is enough to configure your events. So let's take a look at that. First of all, let's take a look at RFC destination. What you need here is an MQTT endpoint from your key in the cloud. As you can see, it's an MQTT. Do we need to install an add-on on S4? No, it's built in. Authentication is being managed by OAuth, which you can configure also here in this panel. So let's take a look. Quickly take a look what it is. Basically, you will be working a lot with your key, your service key, generated for your instance. Like all, cloud services. Okay. So here I'm using the EEMQTT number 3. And here you can see that we have a client ID, a client secret, a token endpoint, etc. It's all available
When you create your client on the SAP PM instance, you receive all those details in a JSON that you need to extract. What's the password? What's OTR? Then you need to set up this on your backend system. One detail, we are exploring the S4HANA, but also this solution works for SuccessFactors, Concur, and other SAP platforms.
Yeah, but we're looking at on S4 Prem.
Yeah.
Just to mention. Okay, so this is the channel. The channel is pretty important because it represents your enterprise messaging instance in the cloud. Yeah, so we have a topic space which represents this instance. IRC destination, so we have a technical binding here. We are going to use MQTT. This is the only available option. And in parameters, we bind our auth configuration, yeah, and again MQTT. We do the connection test. Okay, everything's fine. And now, very important step: maintain event topic. I guess this is the most important thing and the most interesting one. So I'm choosing my channel. Okay. Yeah, so this is my channel, which will shoot events to this topic. Yeah, to this namespace. Topics we have here. So here we define which business events in the system we want to emit. So for this demo, we're going to use only
product change,
yeah.
But as you can see in this table, we have 42 entries. We have 42 business objects available on S4HANA to send automatically the events. But I was reading in the SAP that there is more than 101 available, covering almost all business process.
Yes, sorry. My mouse stopped working. Give me a sec. Oh yes, we're back. Okay. Okay, so we're using product change, but as you can see, we have lots more. Yeah, sales orders.
And maybe someone can raise the question, but Jay, why you don't select BO sales order star?
Well, you can. Then you will have all the events related to sales order distributed, right?
Sales order or product, yes. BO / product / star will cover all types of change of states, create, delete, date, change it, whatever. Right. But in this case, we just use change it.
Yeah, but as you can see, there's a pretty limited list of available topics. But as far as I'm concerned, in the further releases, there's much more. So, sorry, I have a problem with my mouse. It's pretty annoying. Okay, I will switch to my touch tab. Okay, but basically this is it.
Yes, and, so basically, as you can see, the whole configuration, administration, configuration of topics, and monitoring perspective demos, you can check on this. And now we are going to proceed changing the description of the material, and let's see the behavior of GS.
Yes, I'm going. So we are in MMO2. Yes, event enablement is from 1809 up. Okay, engine diesel sounds good. Okay, so now when I change the description, the event will be emitted, but I won't do it. I won't do it yet. But I will show you. What I will show you is a very simple Node.js CAP application. this way, I would like to show you how it is being integrated. It's very well integrated with CAP. On the session, at 9 a.m., we're showing you CPI. If we have enough time, we'll do that. But for now, let's take a look at CAP. So it's a very simple code. It's a very simple example for you just to understand what it does. This is the part which is the most interesting one for us. So I'm working without a mouse, which is still failing. Okay, so what this code does is we are going to consume an event from this topic, right? It's a topic I showed you before from S4. So whenever something arrives to this topic, we are going to consume it automatically. So CAP will just take it automatically. Do something with that, like for this purpose, I would just only using a console log just to log the messages incoming. And when everything's over, I'm going to emit a new event to a newly created topic, ebook demo EM product changed, with some details about what came. What's important, as I mentioned at the beginning, the sender system defines topics, right? So when I write something here, I need to define it in my dashboard. Okay, so subscriptions. Yeah, this is my topic, which I'm going to send my emails to. What's important and what's incredibly fun is this. This queue looks really strange because it was generated by CAP during deployment. And what it does, just take a look at the code again. We want to consume this event, but as you remember, we cannot consume from topics, right? They do not store messages. So what CAP does, it creates a new queue which will store the message and assign it to our queue, right? It's an implicit action. CAP knows that it wants to consume from this queue. Okay, it's 3:38.
Let's go.
Okay. Maybe we have enough time to run CPI at the same time. Let's see. Let's try doing that. Okay. So, and another thing, we have enough time to show that, I hope. This is what we showed at 9 a.m., but we'll do it again. So, again, we are sending only and only the product key. So what I want to do in this CPI flow is to get the product key and query my OData in the sending system. No, let's reload.
Basically, here extracting the product from that JSON, from the event standard, then make a query using the OData adapter to check what has been changed in this material.
Yes, and get all the details I want.
Then with CPI, you can multicast for many other systems.
Yeah. Okay, it's much faster now. Okay, so I'm going to query the standard API product service with product I extracted from the event, right? Let's go there. Okay. My mouse stopped working again. That's great. Okay. I will switch on trace for you to see what's actually going on and to understand it better. And now I'm going to do something very interesting. We're talking about webhooks. So what I'm going to do, I will create a webhook assigned to this queue, which will automatically push my message to CPI, which is basically my subscriber. Okay, it will be CPI product. We want to consume this queue. We want to exempt handshake, otherwise it will send an HTTP options parameter, which is pretty strange and difficult to handle. So basically, I've never used different option. And we want to use basic authentication. Let me find this one.
And just to recap, webhook is a push, and Node.js is a pull.
Yeah.
I believe somebody asked about this. I will reply. The Kiwo Ilon, I believe this is your name. Sorry. He asked about the CPI if the webhook. So there is acknowledgement. Yes. If the CPI is down, the data is still on the queue.
Yeah. Okay. So what you can see now, we created a webhook which will automatically push our message to our CPI from this queue. Sorry. Hello.
Let's go, Jay.
Beautiful. That's great. Murphy's Law again. Okay. We'll make it. Okay, again, we have a webhook here assigned to product change topic. And this is CPI, right, part? And this is Node.js part. And now let's take a look what happens if we change the description.
Put webinar in the description.
Okay. Great idea. I like it. Enter. Yep. Okay. Fresh. Yep. Look what happened. Okay. So look what happened. We have message here and here. This one was distributed to CPI, and I will show you that in a second. And this one was consumed by our Node.js app, and everything was logged. And a new message was emitted to this queue, right? So when I go to test, its product changed. And again, this is the Node.js part, right? So we had this material with some kind of timestamp, right? So it worked, beautiful. But now let's take a look at CPI. and this is pretty important because it will be very clear now for you. We have trace, beautiful. Okay, here, this step. Yeah, take a look at the payload. Oh. There's no key. That's interesting. I've never seen that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so this is the standard event payload from S4. Yeah, we have a product key.
And as you can see in this iFlow, in this case, Anjay decides to use a Groove script to extract this product, but also you could use a content modifier. It's up to the developer.
Yeah. Yeah, and after querying the OData, we have all the details we need, and we can proceed with them. So basically, this is the API. Yeah, so we showed you two mechanisms, one of CPI, one of Node.js. I hope it's more clear now for you what it does and how it behaves.
And what do you think, Anjay? We go for some Q&A questions now, Q&A session now.
Yes, I think we need. Oh, my mouse is working. That's good. Okay, I'll stop sharing.
Okay, so let me take this question. Wait a moment.
Yeah, but basically this is the end of the whole demo, and we can do some.
Let's make this survey before the Q&A question. So now,
okay.
Yeah, now we know more some details about SAP PM. You consider to implement this in your landscape to handle these events?
Yeah, I would just like to know how you feel about stop sharing results. Oh no. Admin, could you launch? Oh yes, this is. Thank you. Yeah, I would like you to answer this question. We know that it was kind of short, but we'd like to know whether you find it interesting. Whether the whole idea is something you would like to do more research on. You don't have to be nice. You can be mean and answer no. It's terrible.
Almost
yes. That's pretty nice. Okay, 15 more seconds, guys. Five seconds. And I'm ending the vote. Okay.
Nice. We have 16.
Here are the results.
16, yeah. 29 people
That's
interested.
nice.
Very nice.
I can consider it as a success.
Definitely.
Okay, stop sharing results.
So
yeah, maybe let's move on to Q&A, I guess.
Exactly. So let me take this question. I believe like the major of these questions I reply already. Yes, it's possible to you create a custom, not custom topic, but custom event from SAP product. There is a list of standard one, but you can create a custom definitely. For example, this question about Jose, how to elaborate more about namespaces and clients. Per instance of SAP PM, as I understand, you can have maximum 10 clients. And for each of these clients, you need to have one namespace only. because if you have two clients under the same namespace, you're going to be meshed for you to organize this. It's very good if you organize clearly your client, your namespace, what kind of topics you're going to receive there, what kind of queue is going to store this data. It's important to do this
Yeah,
organization.
it's very flexible, right? You have this namespace which can represent anything you want, basically, and it's up to you how you want to divide, divide your processes here, there. Okay, this one can S4 event enablement run in parallel to other integration solutions. Yes, of course, if you have IDOCs configured, if you turn on event enablement, it will be run in parallel. So, yeah, no problem with that. We answered this one. How to use event mesh in new tenant? We can't. It's available only in Cloud Foundry.
Let me pick up this one from Peter. I'm not sure about this information. We just have the list that is available now in 1809 S/4HANA that is covering sales order, material master, product in this case, and business partner. But I believe the SAP with time it will release more business process to be covered by event.
Yep. Let me scroll through this.
Suresh, I believe yes. I believe it's possible, but you need to make it faster, yes, because as I understand, this trial is only for 3 months, for 1 month, for 30 days. So you need to set up everything. I believe you are able to work definitely or play with this integration from S4 and others.
Okay, I'll take this one. Does EM require separate license of part of CPI Enterprise Edition? Well, first of all, EM is not a part of CPI. It's a separate product from Cloud Foundry, and but it's a part of an integration suite, right? So yeah, it's a part of an integration suite, but it's not a part of CPI. And it's pretty reasonably priced, I guess, because it's 10 euros per 1 gig, I guess. So yeah, pretty neat, I guess.
Yeah, it's important to mention also about this new product that SAP released, the SAP Integration Suite. And this SAP EM, CPI, API management, and others analytics is everything compiled in one product. I believe if you buy the license for your company, you receive SAP EM maybe for free. I'm not so sure. You need to check with SAP. But I know that they are part of one product now, SAP Integration Suite.
Okay, there are many events. I think we answered that. We have, yeah, if you mentioned, we have open protocols like MQTT, AMQP, REST, etc. So yes, SAP EM is pretty flexible and open for different tech, non-SAP tech. Only Node.js or also with Java? Yeah, of course, Java. It is possible to write Java, but I'm not a huge fan of Java, so I prepared Node.js, and I will stay with Node. But yeah, sure, you can use Java.
Well, I think we should present instead of the CPI in the second session the Node.js. Can we manage your client API? Definitely. As I mentioned earlier, you can manage and you can messaging via API, RESTful API.
Yeah, there are two REST APIs, one for messaging, one for management. Both are available and pretty well documented.
This is another question. It's interesting. Yes, definitely. You need to do that. Yeah, the key, the concept of event is light messages. So I should not have all the informations like in one IDOC or proxy or etc. Events is just a number that has been changed the status in your backend system. So you need the extra call via all data to check what's going on with this product number. Another interesting question that I see here from some, definitely, yes, you can define which kind of service you are going to use in your data. If you want to get only the description that has been changed or details of the material or order, you just need to create the query via all data or using HTTPS adapter in case of CPI as a middle layer. Let me get this interesting question, when to use, there is no versus, yes, SAP PM and PIPO or CPI, they are complementary for each other. They are not biting each other in this case. But of course, you can use SAP PM with SAP PO and also with CPI. And with CPI, you have two possibilities, IMQP, adapter, HTTPS, and also the all data to read from the publisher, in this case S/4HANA. Do you want to get some questions, Sanjay?
Of course I do. Let's take a look at what we have. Oh. How can I pin this? Enter its QA mode? No. Oh yeah, QA mode. Okay. How do you get the URL? I guess to the cockpit, right? Well, you have to create your instance in your Cloud Foundry. Then it's generally your subdomain plus some enterprise magic. Is it best practice to use events for master data only or transactional as well? Both, because well, it really depends on your.
It depends of your architecture definition. Yes, the event is something new. It's something that starts to be very big in the architecture perspective. So you can use the event.
As you saw, right, in S4, we have topics both for master data and transactional. Okay. How to best organize your message clients per functional team or something different? Well, it's totally up to you. It's this configuration is very flexible, so you can organize just like you want it to be, or per functional teams or per your technical architecture.
You can organize per publisher. Then inside you can organize per topics and keywords. It's really up to you, but just need to be careful because after you have 1,000 of events, it can be a mess for you if it's not organized. So let me take this question that's quite interesting. I believe I reply already. In case that we have a webhook mechanism, listen the keyword, and the CPI or the endpoint is not available, the data is still on the QE. Okay, you don't lose the data because there is acknowledgement of deliverable.
This one. What happens if data structure is different? How does subscriber know the correct data structure? Well, it's a constant. We always receive the same structure. Yeah, this is a standard structure used across all the cloud services, etc. So we always know how it looks like.
Another interesting question. Beside Node.js, can CPI pull? Definitely.
Of course.
You can do this using IMQP adapter or HTTPS.
Yes.
On the QE. It's really up to you.
Yeah, but AMQP is preferable for EM.
Yes. Another interesting question. It depends. SAP EM is more focused in events from SAP products, but also supports the message brokers with some restriction. So I cannot compare in this session the Kafka, RabbitMQ, and Azure, which one is the best. Yes, but they have the same principles, but of course with some limitations or different aspects or more protocols available to make this integration happens.
Yeah.
With APM, you have only these three maximum possibilities: 2 WebSockets and RESTful API.
Yeah, but all in all, enterprise messaging is very well integrated with SAP products, but it's also have these open protocols which allow us to see the world, like non-SAP world.
Exactly. And in this session, we just present, of course, the S/4HANA, but as I mentioned to you, if you check our book, you will see other products that you can interact as a SuccessFactory that have the solution already implemented, Concur and others. Let's go for this also interesting question. There is a standard event, but there is a custom event. In this session, in our book, we are not covering the custom, but there is a possibility that you create your own custom event to interact with SAP PM. There is this possibility also from the SAP. There is no restriction about it.
Okay, which S/4HANA releases contain the event event functionally? From 1809 up. So it's available in every system with higher version than 1809 or equal.
One interesting question from Mark. Yes, it's possible you gather, if you see in our presentation, the format of this JSON is an array. So I can have more than one key in one event. How the registration process? Okay, another interesting question, I believe the last one. How does the registration onboarding process for new clients who want to either maintain a webhook or subscribe to a topic? It's very simple to do this via the dashboard. Like in SAP PM, you can create many clients, and many clients means for each client I will have one namespace. Okay, you cannot have one client with multiple namespaces. This is going to generate a problem. And the webhook is very simple. As Andrzej present, you just need to get the endpoint, probably the kind of authentication and the handshake perspective that is mandatory. And you just subscribe the queue that you want to listen.
Yep.
Yeah. So let me just come back here for one thing. I believe for Q&A perspective, Q&A session, we finished. We would like to say to you that after this session, we are going to collect the number of the participants to make this prize draw. Okay, this is going to take around half hour. But once we have the name of the person, we are going to announce via LinkedIn, and you're going to have access to download one SAP Press for you. And I hope that you're going to enjoy the reader. And of course, if you have any questions, you can contact me or Andrzej via LinkedIn.
Yeah, sure.
For any perspective, guys. I would say thank you very much for participating of this session. I hope that we clarify in highlight mode some information about this product and how to interact with this product and how can be beneficial for you for EDA, for event-driven architecture for your future landscape.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and I hope we just gave you an idea.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Encouraged you to look into this thing yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll meet somewhere, on our enterprise messaging.
Let's event together.